Remember, I showed this to you and we were like, there's no way this is real. It must be fake, photoshopped or whatever. Turns out it is real.
Well, wait.
What?
Pause it. Can't 100% confirm, but it is going around. See, the reason that I was skeptical in the beginning, it was just going around on Reddit and stuff. But then it has been going around on WeChat in China.
Yeah.
So.
Well, there's an official unveiling video. Now, remember, this is probably a one-off in one town, in one area that they're testing this out. But there is a promotional video of it being unveiled.
It's in here.
Yeah.
It is literally a booth.
Yes.
Where usually you would go into a KTV booth, right? They have these karaoke booths. You put in some money.
Yeah, I actually have a video about that.
Yeah.
On my wife's channel. You go and sing. You put money in,
Some shit where you'd sing by yourself, basically. Or with one other person.
Yeah.
It's such a dumb idea.
It's kind of dumb, but, it's all kitted out. When you're done, it saves your recording and you can scan a QR code, download your recording.
Why would you want to hear yourself not drunk? Well, first of all, why would you be sober in a KTV?
Yeah.
Second of all, why would you do it by yourself? And third of all, why are you listening to yourself afterwards? It sounds like a nightmare, but...
It's just cultural differences.
Yes, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, long story short, imagine a KTV booth where it's just you and singing karaoke, but instead of karaoke, they've replaced the internals with a booth where you actually go read Xi Jinping quotes.
Yeah.
And you sing red songs, so communist songs about
Hongo.
China.
You're going to learn more about that later.
Yes. And you go over the teachings of the Communist Party of China and you study them. I don't know if you get credits or something, but it's an interactive booth where you do this. It's the most dystopian shit I've ever seen in my life.
It may as well be like a euthanasia booth.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Like
coming to a Canadian city near you.
In Asia.
Euthanasia.
Right? Yeah. It's for the youth in Asia.
It is a euthanasia booth. Okay. Anyway, here's the unveiling of it. Like I said, it's probably
that one's different than the first one. That's why I wanted to point that out.
Right.
But it's for the red stuff. So
exactly.
Communist stuff.
Anyway, it is exactly what it says on the box, and it's a place where you can go and basically recite communist quotes from Xi Jinping.
And sing red songs. 水洗雷锋好榜样. There's lots of communist songs.
Study Lei Feng.
You got 没有共产党就没有新中国, which is without the Communist Party of China, there's no new China. But actually, it's a copy. It's a rip-off song of the
没有国民党.
Yeah, 没有国民党, which is the KMT, the previous party of China.
Well, you can't accuse them of being original. So
it was an accusation of note.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh boy.
So that's a kind of a terrifying thing. Like I said, it's probably a one-off in a little area that they're testing.
Maybe. It's not a one-off.
What?
The social credit system.
Yeah.
Bing Qiling over here.
Yeah.
Because I did a huge, almost a documentary on the social credit system.
Yeah, remember, it's a good video.
About where it was, probably my biggest one actually, where it's implemented, what they actually do. And it's not a national policy, but it's implemented in different ways in different areas, right? But one thing that's quite constant is they use movie theaters or a vicinity of a movie theater to shame people that are distrustworthy citizens. So people that social credit scores are too low.
Yeah.
And what they'll do is they'll put them on, like when you go into a movie theater and it's like Iron Man 3 now showing or whatever. And
trailers.
But they have almost like a screen. And they actually put up social credit system people.
Yeah.
And they're dropped to a certain level. It has their ID number. It's got all their personal information.
Yeah,
what they did wrong.
here...
This is one that's outside of a movie theater, just like Dui Mian, right out, across the street.
Dui Mian means opposite.
Yeah, and they're showing a distrustworthy individual. You can't.
I mean, the social credit system in China is one of those things that it's hard to quantify because it is a nationwide thing, but it's not really implemented nationwide. But when you're
but it's expanding.
Yeah, it is. When you ride in the high speed rail, and this is a kind of a weird thing, right? I heard it myself personally once on the high-speed rail, but I didn't hear, and I went on the high-speed rail a lot, but I didn't hear it most of the time, but I did hear it once personally, and they're like, social credits, if your social credit score is low, if you do this and this, it can affect you won't be able to use the high-speed rail.
You know where I heard that was going from Shenzhen to Guangzhou.
Yeah.
I heard that on there, and I didn't even know what it was at that time.
I actually have a recording of it.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the safety of railway operations, smoking is strictly prohibited on the train. And please do not use perfume, hairspray, and other spray products in the toilet. behaviors will trigger the smoke alarm system and affect the train operations. Smoking on the train will be fined from 500 to 2,000 yuan according to the regulations on railway safety depending on the circumstances. Meanwhile, it would be credited to the personal credit information system according to the regulations on credit information industry and would be imposed restrictions on ticket purchase in 180 days. For your good personal credit, please obey relevant national laws and regulations of the railway company. Please don't smoke on the CRH train. Thank you for your cooperation.
It does affect your ability to travel, and especially travel.
Yeah.
And it affects your ability to
do anything, really.
Yeah, send your kids to school and all sorts of things. It's a horrible system. It's something that we should learn from China not to do anywhere else in the world.
Yes. Dear Lord, yes.
Yeah.
It's a dystopia of note.
It's horrible. You know, there's a strange phenomenon that's been going on, and I don't know if it's just because it's been in the news, but a lot of industrial accidents that have been happening in China are now coming to the forefront. Yep. You know, because they've been harping on about Ohio's spill all the time, about the, vinyl chloride, the derailment. Well, there've been like huge factory. There was a pesticide factory that burned down, and all the, horrible chemicals went into the air. But the Chinese government's, EPA equivalent said, "Oh, it's harmless. It's not bad for you." That kind of thing. We just had
this happens all the time.
Yeah, there was a big rubber factory that burned down. There's lots of terrible things that have been going on in these accidents, but they're actually very common in China.
Very common.
And they're common around the world.
Yeah.
Industrial accidents happen.
Right.
But I think just because it's been in the news, we've been seeing more and more of it come out. Maybe it's because people are thinking about it, they're sharing it more.
Sure.
This is a terrible coal mining accident that happened in Inner Mongolia, right?
Yeah. The really sad thing is I had multiple, because I worked in Inner Mongolia, and I had a bunch of students that were from the rural areas, and I kid you not, a huge common accident for their parents, especially the men, their dads, was to die in coal mining accidents. Yeah. It's hugely common. Look up the stats. Even the official stats are scary in China.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate, but the worker safety in China really is not good.
Yeah. Real bad.
Yeah, many shortcuts are taken. It's this whole Chabador mentality.
Yeah.
You'll see they have the signs up there that say Antrendiyi, which means safety first, but it doesn't matter.
It's safety last.